Well, good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Glad you all decided to spend your morning with me, but you do know that I love all of you, so I appreciate it. So we've been talking about the malas, and we talked about the anava mala, which is when your heart is cloaked. And then we talked about when you're the miyala mala, when your mind is cloaked. And today we're going to talk about karma mala, when your body is cloaked. When your heart's cloaked, you feel unworthy, not good enough. When your mind's cloaked, you feel disconnected, not connected to anybody or anything, not connected to a higher power. When your body is cloaked, karma mala, you feel like you have this inability to do things, to act. And you don't feel, maybe you don't feel strong enough. You don't feel like you have the follow through. That's karma mala. And we've all had all three of these malas at certain times in our life. Sometimes we have them all together, and sometimes we feel free, uncloaked. So if you're feeling cloaked this morning like I am, I feel like I'm in a brain fog because of getting up so early. It's always good to do something to just blow the dust off, and then maybe you'll feel re-energized, reconnected, and worthy. So think about that. Close your eyes. Just connect with your breath. And with each exhale, imagine just blowing a little dust off, maybe your cloak off of your heart, your mind, and especially today, your body. Sometimes just moving through some yoga poses can help us to feel stronger, more capable in our physical bodies. Less fearful, free of worry. And you blow that dust off. That's what happens when you feel strong, when you feel capable. You're much better able to connect, to see the grace that's always around you. Just bring hands to heart center. Just bow towards your soul, your heart, but also towards your body. And please lower your hands, open your eyes, and come to all fours and just start to work through some cow cat. And go super slow and just really mindful. Just even close your eyes for this cat-cow experience. Just kind of really noticing every joint, maybe every vertebrae. And after you're evened out, pause with the flat back and just do cat-cow to the side. So stretch your right side to the right. Feel a nice stretch there. And then come through the middle to the left side. I call it side to side cat-cow. You really feel the stretch. And be mindful there. Good, and then pause in the middle again. Bring your right leg off to the side. And feel a little stretch there. And then come on up. And make sure your knee's right under your hip. And stretch your left arm up. Right arm down. Just make sure your toes and your kneecap point the same direction, and then arc towards that outstretched leg. Stay for a few breaths. Good. And then come on up, bring the left hand down, right arm up, turn the toes up, stretch your heart open. Let your heart open wide on Valentine's Day. Good. And then come on back to center and bring that leg in, and we'll switch sides. We'll just take a moment to stretch the inner thigh. I bought Mike this mat for Valentine's Day, but it's really quite slippery still. You know how they have to be worn in. So I told him I'd break it in for him today. So if you see me sliding, that's what's going on. You can come on up to, but I thought it was kind of cool. A red yoga mat, right? Stretch your right arm up and arc. One side always feels different, doesn't it? Stay connected. More breath. And then bring the right hand down. Stretch the left arm up. Stretch the toes up. Open your heart. And come on back to all fours. Stretch your right foot to the right. So just keep the knee there. Just bend it to the right. I can't think of the words. Stretch your left arm. Leg straight. Come on up to a variation of side plank. Make sure your hands in front of your shoulder. Maybe even lift the back leg if you want. You're ready for that. It's a deep stretch. Good, and then come on back to center and switch. Left foot comes to the back, right foot extends. Maybe lift the back leg. Think rib cage back, really connected in the core, allows you to do that. Good, and then come on back down. Go ahead and take a child's pose. In with your ankles, your knees, with your low back, with your tail. And then coming back to all fours. If you want to grab your blocks to have them under your hands, that would be great. Don't have to, but and then just swing your left foot around to the outside of the block. Lift your back knee. And just feel a nice stretch everywhere. Lengthen your spine. If you want to, you can lower to your elbows. Not necessary though. I'm doing it today just because, yeah, really not necessary. It's still early. Good. Lower your knee. Back upright. And we'll switch. Right foot to the outside. Keep your hips square to the front though. Lift the back knee. Maybe widen the knee to the right a little bit. Come on down if that's appropriate for you. Yeah, one side's always easier. I don't know why. We all have our special side. Good, and lower the back knee. And come on up. Move the blocks to the side for a moment. And find your first down dog. And please step your feet to your hands. Forward fold. And just your left knee. And then bend your right knee. We might just stay here for the rest of class. It feels so good. Feel all parts of your feet. And slowly all the way up to standing. And stretch your arms up. Tadasana. And grab your right wrist with your left hand. And arc. Now we did this last week and it felt kind of good. So standing on your left foot, step your right foot behind so you're on the little toe side of it. Woohoo! It looks kind of cool too. I have my knee bent, my front knee bent a little bit. Good, come on back. Think long side body, bring the arms back. Maybe hug them towards each other. If you can, you can interlace. Feel a nice heart opening. Broaden the clavicles though. Don't let the ribs pop forward. Good, and then we'll stretch the arms up for the other side. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, arc to your right, and stay for a couple breaths. And then step behind to the little toe side. You feel a lot more stretch. Hopefully it feels like a good stretch. And it looks cool too. Even though those of you at home, nobody can see you, I see you. Good. And come on back. And shake it out. And just some shoulder back stroke. Be mindful if you feel this popping noise, just go a little less deep. And then switch to front stroke. Good, and then stretch your arms up. Fold forward. And turn your feet a little wider, step them a little wider, come down to a deep squat. And then go ahead and roll back to your backs. here already. Not really. We're going to do some ab work. We got to warm everything up this morning. So bring your shins up, flex your feet, bring your hands in the middle of your thighs. Think I need to keep a little curve in my low back, but I'm going to engage my core. So rib cage is back, broaden the clavicles, lengthen through the top of your head, and then press up and away with your hands as you resist with your thighs. And breathe. Hopefully you feel a little work in your core. Karma Mala, you're stronger than you think. You can persevere. You're capable. You don't have to wear that shawl. Good, relax. Hug your knees in for a moment. Feel the release. You can even roll the knees side to side a little bit if you want. Because we're going to do it again. So bring your shins up, flex the feet, hands to the thighs, engage the core and torso all the way up to the top of the head. Press up and away. Good, now keep that action going. Bring both hands to the left leg, extend the right leg. And the right knee, switch, pause there in the middle so you can be sure you have both legs really connected. Extend the left leg. Bend the left knee. One hand to each thigh. And release. Ooh. Just make little circles with your knees if you want to. Feel a little released. Kind of grounding the femur bone into the socket. And now extend your legs straight up. Cross your left ankle over your right. Hug the legs together. Stretch the arms up. Now think, I'm going to keep the length. I'm going to lift the head and shoulders and maybe lift the tailbone up. And release. Yeah. Switch. Right foot in front of left, or ankle in front of left. Hug the legs. Lift, lift. Should feel really strong. Belly button towards spine. And release. Hug your knees in. And roll on up to seated. Good job. See, come to all fours again. And this time come to forearms, interlace your hands. And your elbows should be slightly in front of your shoulders and right underneath. Press the forearms down, the wrists down, broaden the clavicles, draw the rib cage back, extend one leg and then the other for elbow plank. And just kind of move forward and back just so you can really remember what's going on here. You feel it in your core. You just work the core so it feels even more intense. Rib cage back, broaden the clavicles, and lower your knees. Take a child's pose. Good. Come on up. We're going to set up for that again. So elbows down, under shoulders, press down, broaden the clavicles. Feel really engaged in the core. This time though, just curl the toes under and lift your hips up for dolphin pose. And just kind of play there. You can walk your feet forward till your hips feel like they're above your shoulders if you want, and then extend one leg. And then extend the other leg. And walk the feet back to the plank. Pause for another few moments. Broaden the clavicles. Really feel like you're strong in the back. And lower your knees. Got my, and come on down to your belly. I had to lower my shirt. My gut's sticking out. Not a good thing. Good. Stretch your arms long. Forehead down. Think a long side body, rib cage back, long back of neck. Lift head and shoulders. And exhale, lower. Do that 4 more times. So lengthen, lift on the inhale. Exhale, lower. Press your feet down, lift. And lower. 2 more times. And this last time, stay. Bend your elbows. Bring the hands by your chest. And then lengthen up to a cobra. Oh. And lower back down. Push all the way back. Child's pose. And then please make your way to downward facing dog again. Take your time coming on up. And just to kind of seal in what you just did, come forward to regular plank. Lower your heart between your thumbs. Inhale, come to cobra. And lower. And push back to downward facing dog. A little bit more core work. So bring your feet slightly closer together, but I want you to feel really strong. Extend the right leg. Good. Come forward to plank, and as you do, bend your right knee and bring it towards your right elbow. Good. Push back, extend the leg. Bring the knee this time towards your nose as you come forward to plank. Good. And extend it back. Now, as you come forward, bring it to the left elbow. And extend it back. And bring the right foot down. Enjoy a moment in down dog. Check in. Are you really connected to your hands, through your core? And then extend your left leg. Come forward to plank, knee towards left elbow. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. And extend it back. And bring the foot down. Step your feet to your hands. Forward fold. Couple breaths. You're using blocks. You can bring them by your feet. I think I'm going to use them today. And step your left foot back to deep lunge. Lower your back knee. If you liked that last week where we stretched the toes straight and you hugged, you can use that if you feel just disconnected, and then stretch up Anjane. Couple breaths. Good, touch down. Lift the back knee to step forward and switch, right foot back, right knee down. Make your way, Anjane Asana. One more breath. Touch down on the exhale, move the blocks so you can step back, down dog. And I'll give you an option. You can take child's pose or you can do a vinyasa. So plank, lower, cobra, lower, downward doggy. And step your feet to your hands, forward fold. Anytime you get in a position that feels really awesome, you can pause and enhance it. Sometimes we get lazy, but I want you to think shins in, thighs out, lengthen, add your core. Good, hands to the box. Step the left foot back again first to deep lunge. This time ground the back foot down and make your way to warrior two. This mat really is slippery. It's good for me today. Adds a little more work. Beautiful. Good. Straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. So maybe it's just hand to shin, or if your block's there, you can use that, or you can, if you're really feeling it and you want to go all the way down, you can. Think rib cage back, especially the left shoulder back, and clavicles broadening, reaching apart. Good. Bend the front knee. Touch down, but I'm going to have you, if you're using blocks, you can walk them to the left as you turn the right foot in for Prasarita Padottanasana. To the midline. Really getting the wide legged stretch today. And just for fun, turn your left foot out a little bit, bend into that knee. You can turn the right toes up if you want to. This is called Skandasana. Just go if it feels like a good stretch. You don't have to turn that foot up. And then come back to center. Walk your hands back towards your right foot. Turn the left heel up. Hands to the block. And step back, down dog. Then the left leg, step it through, deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. Warrior two. Work on refining your warrior. Find the back foot really grounded. Straighten the front leg. Hug to the midline. Triangle pose. Press the big toe mound down. If you're not getting cramps like I am. Because of my sliding. Oh, Michael. It's gonna take a bit to wear this mat in. Good. Bring the hands down. Walk the hands to the right. Prasarita. The other way. Stay for a moment. And then just like you did the other side, turn the right toes out, swivel the heel in a little bit, and turn the left toes up, come down to Skandasana. You don't have to go that deep. You can go a little way, you can go all the way. You want, you decide what works best for your knees, for your body. And then come on back to the center, Prasarita, walk your hands towards the left foot as you turn it. Turn the right foot and step forward. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, stretch up. And bring the hands to heart center. Pause for a moment. Hopefully your body's feeling really strong by now. Really checked in. Good. Open your eyes. Let your arms up. And fold forward again. Pranam with your breath. And fold. I highly recommend you use your blocks for this next one. Step your left foot back. Ground the foot down. Come up, warrior two. Now, lean into your right elbow. So right elbow to knee, left hand to hip. Look at the floor and grab your block that's right by your right foot. And you're just gonna, so your hips are kind of facing to the left, right? Slide that left foot up a little bit and bring the block out, 12 to 18 inches. And try to keep really strong through that right foot and just lift the left foot up for Ardha Chandrasana. If that's not working for you today, you can just do triangle pose. Stay for a moment. See if you get really weight right in the middle of the right foot. That little belly up, sits bones stay back, rib cage stays back. Open the heart. Good, bend the right knee. As you touch the back foot down, slide the block back. Make your way to warrior two again. Woohoo! Well done. Good, windmill down. Turn the left heel up, step back, down dog. On the blocks, always feels nice. It feels more like a vacation, hopefully. But we have another side, so left leg extends and steps through, ground the right foot down, come up warrior two. Check in with your core. You still right there. Bring the left elbow to the knee, right hand to the hip. Look at the floor so you can look at your block. Hand on the block, slide the right foot closer, bring the block out. Hopefully it'll be approximately in the right place. You might have to play with it and lift the back leg. Ardha Chandrasana. Feel that core work, keeping you strong. Weight right in the middle of the left foot. When you've had enough, you can come down, or you can play with extending. And bend your left knee when you're ready. Touch down, slide the block back, come up warrior two. It's always good just to check your alignment to come back up. And then windmill down, turn the heel up. Lose the blocks, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. And push up and back, downward facing dog. Good. One more core play. Come forward to plank. Lower to your left elbow. Lower to your right elbow. Come back to your left hand. Come back to your right hand. Do it one more time. Lower, lower, up, up. And lower your knees. Sit back on your heels. See, you're stronger than you think. It's always a good one. Okay, I want to try Ardha Chandrasana again. And I'm going to have you try it by a wall. If you're really good at it and you don't need the wall, fine. But let me just show you what a wall can do for you, and then I'll let you try it. So kind of have to figure out how far from the wall you be. You have to be about the leg length. I'm just going to try here. So you put your block where you think it goes, and then bring your back foot like warrior two against the wall, and then just kind of lift it up, and then you'll figure out, oh, I need to maybe move the block, move the foot. And then once you have that, you can press into the wall and really open up, and it feels like a lengthening, maybe even get your heart open more. It feels really nice. So go ahead and play with that. Might take your mat so you don't slip away from it either. So you can sit on the floor and figure out how long your leg is, but I figure it's easier if you just go into it and see if it's about the right spot. I'm going to try the left one. And you can play with where your foot is, you can play with where the block is, but you want your leg to be fully extended. And if it feels like, oh, my weight's in the front of my standing foot or in the heel more, then yeah, you're too close if the weight's in the ball of the foot, you're too far if the weight's in the heel. There you go. It's a lot of rigmarole, yeah. And then see, yeah, good, Carrie. That's it. Now press into the wall with your foot and open your heart a little bit. Yeah. If you can lift your foot just a little bit higher on the wall, then you'll feel more straight. Yeah, and beautiful. Play with the other side. If you've done both, fine. If not, play with the other side. One side always feels different than the other. I'm just gonna go over here and stand behind her so she can feel strong. Yeah. There you go. That's it. And then, yeah. Isn't it nice? Feels really supported. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. There you go. Lengthening your spine. That's really nice. She wants to stay there forever now because she got it. That looks so good. Do you feel how your spine's lengthening? Yeah. Yeah. The other side was more difficult. We all have that special side. So come on back, and you can stay there because we're gonna do it one more time without the wall. But if you prefer using the wall, just do that. So we're gonna try it a different way. So I'm gonna step my right foot forward and my left foot back a little bit. So I have a little baby bend in my right knee. I just have the block in my hand, and then I'm just gonna reach out to place it down and at the same time lift the back foot. Oops. Gotta figure out all over again where it feels right. Lengthen your spine. A lot of times my foot will want to turn in or out the standing foot. And so then you might have to adjust. Play with it. Feel like someone's holding your foot and you're pushing down, then you can lengthen your spine a little more. Good, and then come on out. Woo. And switch. So turn your right foot out, your left foot straight ahead, just a little baby bend, and then reach that block to where you think it should be. Usually for me, it's the little toe side of my foot is about the right distance. And then I stand up. Pretend like you're pressing down into somebody's hand so you can lengthen your spine. And come on out. Well done. Yeah, that's a hard pose and we haven't done it for a while. So come on back. I'm going to have you come down to your mat and find downward facing dog. One more strong pose, and then we'll settle into some cool down poses. So find downward facing dog because we're doing this. So throughout these poses, the theme has been a nice long straight spine, except for when we were arcing at the beginning. So we're going to do Vasisthasana. So you want your hand to stay in front of your shoulder slightly, but as you come forward to plank, turn to the little toe side of your right foot, either inside edge of your left foot or stack, and come to side plank pose. And just feel like you're really long and strong. Your hips aren't lifted, they aren't dropping. That's it. One more breath and come on down. Take a child's pose in between sides. That made you hold it longer. You know, it's interesting. It's really helpful for me to be able to look up at myself, and I could tell I was lifting my hips too high. So then I lowered them, and then I felt way more connected. So I'll try and look at you, Carrie. But if you guys feel like you're, sometimes we do that where we want to get the side stretch for this variation. I want you to just feel really strong. No more karma mala on that body. So come up to downward facing dog. Little toe side of the left foot. Either stack the right one on. Think really strong and long in your spine all the way through the top of your head. Rib cage back. Broadening of the clavicles. Sasana. Good. One more breath. That looks perfect. Come on down. One more vinyasa. Plank. Lower. Cobra. Lower. And push back. And come to a seated position. Just sit crisscross applesauce. If you need the blanket under your tail, please use it. Sit up nice and tall. Twist to your right. So hand to the knee. Just a little twist. Still feeling that long, straight spine. And twist to your left. Let those side body muscles lengthen out again. They'd come back to center so you can switch the foot that's in front. And we'll do that again. And switching to the other side. And then come on back to center. Go ahead and lay on your back. Turn the lights way down. And keep your knees bent. And bring your right ankle over your left thigh for a little baby cradle action. Interlace behind the left thigh. Lengthen your spine so you feel it right in your left hip. Or your right hip. I don't feel it in my left hip, but press your left hamstrings into your hand and resist. Oh, that feels good, right? I like to even rock a little bit. Like, oh, stretch out all those different parts. You can even interlace in front of the shin if you're feeling a little looser there. Good, and then unwind and switch the left ankle over. Interlace. Start by pressing active feet. Pressing ankle to thigh, thigh to ankle. Pressing thigh into hand. Allowing it to come a little closer, maybe. Interlace in front of the shin. There's that IT band again. You can wiggle side to side a little bit if that feels good. And then release, unwind, bring your arms to cactus. Lift your knees, hug the feet and the legs together, flex the feet, and allow the whole leg configuration to roll to the right side. So your left hip lifts up. You can roll all the way to to the right side. The left shoulder hopefully stays pretty close to the ground. You can work on getting it closer by really activating your core, drawing your rib cage back, but keeping the curve in the low back. Do you feel that? Feel it in the outer hip more. I'm going to straighten my top leg just because I think it's going to feel good in my hip, but you don't have to do that. Allow yourself to relax into it for a moment. More breath. Now, if your left leg's extended, bend it again. Hug the right knee into the left as you come up. Keep hugging left into right as you come over to the other side. Work on the right shoulder, staying down. If you want to, straighten the top leg. I like to put my hand right there just to feel it. After all that lifting, side of the hip gets tight, so this kind of stretches it back out. Bending the top knee if you have it straight. Hug the knees together, come back to center. Lift the feet up towards the ceiling as you keep the knees bent and the knees come towards your armpits. Bring your elbows to the inside. Reach up and grab the little toe side of your feet for happy baby pose. So your feet are as wide as your knees. Kind of, yeah. Did you roll over? Yeah, and you don't have to. Where is it bothering you? Your hip, outer hip. I wonder what's going on there. So weird. Good. And then if you want to, you can even straighten your legs. You're feeling, we did stretch the inner thighs a lot, so maybe that'll feel good. If not, it's okay. And then bringing the legs straight up, hands by your hips. Allow that feeling of the weight kind of in the hip sockets, maybe the blood rushing back down to the core. You can flex and point your feet a few times. And then bring your feet wide on the mat for a few windshield wipers. Feel that out. That feels better on this side. Yeah. And then when you feel evened out, wiggle your feet close together, soles of the feet press as the knees open. Hands on the inner thighs or on your belly. You are worthy You are connected to something much greater, and you are strong and capable. Please bring your knees together, stretch out for Shavasana. And allow yourself a few moments to relax deeply, getting yourself there how you know to do it. We all teach our kids that you have to love yourself first before you're ready and capable of loving others. But do we practice that? Do we give ourselves the love and appreciation that we deserve? Just think of a few things that you really do like about yourself, love about yourself, not just physical attributes, but things that you do, things that you are, mostly who you are deep inside, who you were born to be. To share a blessing from Julia Cameron's Book of Blessings. My heart is a chalice for love. I am well loved. I open my heart to feel that I am loved. I allow myself to be saturated by love. I soften my heart and gently ask to receive the love I encounter. I do not need to earn love. I do not need to work at love. I need only to allow myself to feel the love extended toward me. I need only to accept love to know that I am lovable. I choose to remember and cherish the ways in which I am loved. Beginning to float back on your breath. And start to stretch and move the space around you that you have room. When you're ready, draw your knees in. Take your time coming on up to seated. And the heart center. Remember that there's no dust on you. You're very shiny today. Everyone notices and loves you. Thanks you guys for practicing. Namaste. Thank you. Have a fabulous Valentine's Day, everyone.
Thanks, Lisa. Happy Valentine's.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank
Lisa.
you. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye.
You too. Bye.